I'm Vicky.
I'm Chris.
We're the Baylesses. I just have to say I had a flashback this morning. Chris came in there. He said, "Got any more toilet paper?" Because we have 2 bathrooms, and I usually put half in there and half in there. And we opened up the bathroom cabinet where we store that, and there was 1 roll. Had a flashback to 2020.
Yep.
When there was no toilet paper here, and we somebody had said, through Facebook or something, that, hey, so and so, that place has toilet paper, and we're like, yay, Chris, stop and get some. Well, he did, and I got a little ding on my phone because ever since I got hacked, I have a little anytime my debit card or his debit card is used, it'll ding my phone and tell me what it was about. Well, I see a ding on my phone for $80, and all I did was send him to get toilet paper. Well, how many rolls did you get? 120?
No, it's more than that.
160
it's like
rolls? It was like a humongous pack of 80 or 50, 100. I don't know. But he got 2 of them.
You look like a box of air conditioning coming in.
I said, whoa, Chris. But, in his defense, we were buying for his mama and my daughter and my son. And I think we may have shared it with Terry too. I don't know. We were buying for several people. But, yeah. Let me tell you how awesome that toilet paper was. We had $80 worth of, I don't know.
John Wayne toilet paper.
John Wayne toilet paper.
Rough
Don't you say that ugly word. Don't say the ugly word.
Rough and tough and won't take off anything.
It won't take nothing off anything. But yeah, I had a flashback. I'm so glad that's over. So needless to say, we're headed to church, and after church we got to go to we were going to go to Sam's to get toilet paper and then mother 1 more bag of candy because Easter is next weekend, and I'm going to fill her bucket up 1 more time because she is having a absolute ball handing out that candy. She said, I got nurses coming in that I ain't never seen before. She is loving it. But, so I'm not sure, are we still going there or not? Because a while ago, before we walked out the door, my son called my husband, and he needs some help with some electrical on his Airstream camper. Now, Eli bought an Airstream camper years ago. We went to Florida to pick it up. It was me,
the
Chris.
redneck part of Florida.
Chris. so anyway, because this camper, Airstream camper, was in, rough shape, my cousin and her husband went with us, and they were going to pull it for us, and we were going to follow behind in case, things started falling off. And when we got there, sure enough, it was in some rough shape. It was rusted out in the bottom, and
The floor had to be changed.
the floor, we literally thought we was going to be picking up rust parts all the way home to Mississippi.
Tires, bad.
Oh, it was terrible. So I was glad that we took 2 vehicles, 1 to pull and 1 to follow behind to
Go get parts.
or to go get parts in case we had to, fix something on the way. But anyway, Eli lived in his Airstream for the longest when he was worked for the papers. I think Vicksburg, and then the Clarion Ledger.
And here.
But he didn't live in the paper. He didn't live in the Airstream here, did
Yes,
he?
he did.
Oh, yes, he did. He did. Yes, when he worked for the Hattiesburg American, he did live in the Airstream at a campground somewhere. So this is, been his home. And then when he got, he got a home. He rented a house, and a year ago Christmas, that house burned down. He lost everything.
Yeah.
And so he's been living with my daughter, which is fine because he helps with the kids and stuff, and
All he does is sleep there, pretty much.
Yeah, he pretty much sleeps there and eats. And he eats there. But Rebecca loves cooking, so I mean, she loves to feed people. But anyway, so Eli is going to another state, and I won't mention the state. He may have a stalker, so I'm not going to mention that state. And so anyway, he's going up there. Some of his buddies that he does the glass blowing with and stuff. Eli makes glasses. He blows glass. That's one of his side hustles.
Teaches.
He actually teaches it. So anyway, he is going up to another state, and he is Eli's a carpenter, and help them build them a glass blowing shop.
A new shop.
A
shop, a glass blowing shop, and a forging shop.
Yeah, a forging shop. So Eli's going up there. He's going to take his camper and live in there while he's building this building. But anyway, he called his dad a while ago, and he said, I need some help with the electrical. Was it the air conditioner or something?
No, it's the incoming power. He's changed it a few times. He just wants to make sure that he's doing it right before he finishes up or whatever.
Do we have time to get the toilet paper and Mother's candy before you go over there? I don't know.
We don't have a certain time to be there.
Okay. But anyway,
we need to go on to church.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, we're fixing to pull into church, but that's our life. My son's gonna move to another state and I thought it was forever, and I had already done my crying about it, and I sent him, the mother guilt message. I'm gonna miss you. Why are you doing this to me? That type of thing. And then he, says, Mom, what are you talking about? I'm just going up there to build this shop. I'm coming back. I said, okay, I'm good now. I'm good. When you have a child that travels all over the world, I've got some stories, and I'll get to them eventually. Y'all remind me on my next live. I've got some doozies of a story. And I've also got all the photos and stuff about him rebuilding that camper. He actually took the dome,
in our yard,
in our Lake Serene yard. We looked like a junkyard, and I just knew any moment we were going to get a little ticket that says, clean up your yard. Here's a fine. But I don't know. It was just the grace of God we didn't get a ticket, because it literally looked like a junkyard. But anyway, that's our plan now. We're going into church. We're going to try to make it in one piece and have a good sermon, and then I'll holler back at y'all when we get through. All right, thanks. Bye. That was a good sermon.
Ooh, that woman was a talker, wasn't she?
Now, I'm fixing to tell him about that woman. Now, I wore a dress today, and when I was getting in the car at the house, I think this dress weighs 8 pounds. I mean, it's like Omar the tent maker must have built it, but it's just flowy and heavy, and Chris dropped me off at the door, and he went and found a parking space, and I went on in, and I noticed about, I don't know, I can't do measurements, but several feet in front of me, like from here to that sign. How many feet is that? 50 feet in front of me. There was a little lady, an elderly lady, and she had a cane, and she almost stumbled. And so I thought, I have got to help her. So I gathered up the tent and I took off, and I couldn't catch her. I couldn't catch her. And I finally got up to her, and I walked with her, not invading her privacy, but I was going to help her, if she fell again. But I just never caught her, but I did. And when I did catch her, we walked together. And at our church, we have overflow. Like if the sanctuary is full, then there's a little area outside the sanctuary doors
Coffees.
that you can have coffee, you can sit, there's tables and chairs, and then there's another area called the North Venue, and I've never been in the North Venue, but it's an overflow area too if the sanctuary is full. And so anyway, she wanted me to sit with her, and I did, and it didn't take me long to realize, ooh, she uses big words, but she ended up being a counseling psychologist or something like that. And I thought, it ain't gonna take long before she realizes that she's done sat down with dumb. So anyway, Chris comes in, and Chris always likes to have a cup of coffee. And he got her, she wanted a 3/4 of a cup of coffee is what she wanted. And we talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. Now, we're supposed to be quiet because it's the, overflow area too.
Yep.
But it's also the coffee area. And we actually got to church 30 minutes early. I didn't see that coming. I don't know. So we actually saw half the service, the end of half the service, and then we went back around and saw the beginning of the next service all the way up to the part where we had started the first time. But anyway, I enjoyed that little lady talking, and she talked about how it used to be in the church, and she said, it is so good to see all these people, different backgrounds, different races, some wearing pants, some wearing dresses. She said, back in her day when she was growing up, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't when we grew up either, or when I grew up.
And she said that, she actually has a little PTSD, she thinks, from how it used to be. It was so strict back in her day. I think she's in her 80s now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was a little worse when she come along.
Yeah. But anyway, we enjoyed sitting with her, and then her family came. They met her. Her family met her at church, and then they walked her on into the sanctuary. But then, and this is when I realized, oh my gosh, I am the nosiest one human being there has ever been. I may get in trouble for this. I don't know. But there come another little lady. She's an elderly lady, not as elderly as this person. I say somewhere between me and that lady that sat down, the counseling psychologist. So anyway, this other lady, and I think Chris noticed it too, and I noticed it. Her purse, she had a purse about this big, and it was just a, flip open purse on a long string. And her purse was open, and her phone and her stuff was just dangling. Every time she would swing, I would think, oh, it's fixed to fall, it's fixed to fall. And I told Chris, I said, go get her. Go tell her purse snapped open. And he looked at me, he says, you want me to go chase that old woman? I will scare her to death. You do it. So I gathered up the tent, and I took off, and I finally called her. I was going, ma'am, 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 ma'am. So anyway, I finally called her, and she looked at me. I said, ma'am, your purse is snapped open. She looked at me, and she says, I know, I got too much stuff in it. Oh my goodness. I have got to stop being nosy. But anyway, church was really, really good. We got this little card. I'm going to hold it up to see if maybe you can scan that. I don't know. I'll put a picture of it in the community page. Anyway, it's called Journey Through the Holy Week, and it's every day they'll have a little bitty short podcast about what Jesus was doing on this day, and then the next day, and then the next
Palm
day.
Sunday.
It's Palm Sunday. But anyway, it was very good, and I will take a little picture of this little thing. Somehow you scan it, and it goes to that little podcast of the day. But we're going to get the toilet paper and the bag of candy for Mother. I think that's all we need. Watch this car.
I got this, hon.
Well, just come on out here. We'll wait for you. Oh, I may need to go back to church.
You might need to go back.
Oh, I ask forgiveness for that. But I can't think of anything else. But it was a really good service. One time during we had 3 people baptized today. When I say we, it wasn't me. It was the God had 3 people baptized today. And during the baptism, where we were sitting in the coffee overflow section, there is no sound during the baptism. So the preacher that's doing the baptism, you can't hear his mic. Now, you can hear it in the big sanctuary, and you can hear it if it's online or on TV. But I looked over, and Chris went, and he looked at me, and he says, "Can you hear anybody talking?" And I almost said, "Yeah, it's loud," but I didn't. I didn't.
I thought I'd turn my hearing aid on.
He thought his hearing aids weren't working. But anyway, yeah. I wish I'd had the courage enough to do that in church, but I didn't. I was already in trouble for being nosy with those two ladies. But anyway, you got anything to add? No?
Not right now. I'm not gonna follow that.
All right. I'll holler at you later. We're gonna do this, then drop it off at Mother's, and then he's gonna go do work on the electrical of the Airstream.
Try to finish the roof on.
Oh yeah, I got a piddle on that too. Yep. I'm gonna go read a book. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook supper, get supper started. But all right, talk to y'all after a while. Ooh, Sam's is crowded. I tell you what, there was lots of folks in there. I minded my own business, you'll be happy to know, and not once did I have to yell at somebody, "Slow down, I'm trying to save you." But it was a long line in there. I got 4 items. I went in for 2, but you know how that is. All right, where are we going to next, dear?
Just carry this to your mom.
Going to Mom's. All right, see you. All right, y'all need to write this down.
Oh yeah?
It doesn't happen often. He was right, I was wrong.
What do you mean it doesn't happen often?
Well, it don't happen often enough that I admit it. We trying to think of something quick to eat before he has to go help Eli. And he said, "How about that Raising Cane's?" I like Raising Cane's. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Where is that now?" I said, "It's across from so-and-so." And so-and-so is what I want to talk about. We used to eat at so-and-so a lot back when the kids were little. And because one night a week at so-and-so, kids eat free. I'm all for that, especially when you have to feed Eli. But so needless to say, we went to so-and-so for lunch. And Chris said, and I quote, "I don't think we liked it last time we went." And it's been years, hadn't it, since we went.
Wasn't the same.
It just wasn't the same. Wasn't the same. Used to be real good. Now it's borderline nasty. And the best part about it was the wilted salad.
The kind of yellow salad.
It had a little brown. Had to pick around it to get the good pieces of lettuce. So I hope we don't regret it more than we already have later on today. But yeah.
Oh, thank you for that.
I know. No. All right. I ain't gonna tell you what so-and-so is, but if you see me on the street, I'll let you know. I don't want them to get our dollar. We work hard for that dollar.
Yeah.
I don't want them to come get it from us for talking bad about their place. But anyway, I guess I'll show Eli's Airstream and then I'll wrap this up. Yeah, because the rest of the day I'm just gonna do nothing but read my book, get out of this tent that I've been wearing today.
That Omar built.
That Omar built. And then I'm going to cook supper, and that is going to be it. We may watch a movie this afternoon.
No, I'm gonna be putting.
Oh, that's right. We got to do a little bit of the. Well, if you get through with Eli, I think you'll get through with Eli. Yeah. All right. I love YouTube. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching us. Be sure to subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your cousins. Tell your aunt and uncle. Help us out. Thanks. Bye. There's my son. There's his Airstream. It's been a long time since I looked inside of it. I'm gonna check it out now. This is his Airstream. He redid. Of course, it's been in storage for quite some time now because he's had a house, and it had lots of things in here being stored. And then I think, oh yeah, I remember now. That's his tub. Of course, he's gotten everything out of it. He's got the toilet and sink and all that out, but I remember him building it. I remember.
Hey. Look around this way.
I can't wait for it to be nice and clean and organized again.
Yeah, it is.
He put this floor in himself. Is that my grandbabies? Hi.